Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to listen the story of ZAMZAM. The best water on the surface of the earth is that of ZAMZAM. In it there is a food for the hungry and cure for the ill. One day Abraham woke up and asked his wife Hajra to get her son and prepare for a long journey. In a few days, Abraham started out with his wife Hajra and their son Ismail. The child was still nursing and not yet weaned. Abraham walked through cultivated land, desert, and mountains until he reached the desert of the Arabian Peninsula and came to an uncultivated valley having no fruit, no trees, no food, and no water. The valley had no sign of life. After Abraham had left and helped his wife and child to dismount, he left them with a small amount of food and water, which was hardly enough for 2 days. He turned around and walked away. His wife Hajra hurried and after him, asking, "Where are you going, Abraham, leaving us in this barren valley?" Abraham did not answer her, but continued walking. She repeated what she had said, but he remained silent. Finally, she understood that he was not acting on his own initiative. She replied that Allah had commanded him to do this. She asked him, "Did Allah command you to do so?" He replied, "Yes." Then his great wife Bibi Hajra said, "We are not going to be lost since Allah who has commanded you is with us." Abraham invoked Almighty Allah in sajda. "O Lord Allah, I have made some of my offsprings to dwell in the valley with no cultivation by your sacred house Kaaba, in order, Lord, that they may offer prayers perfectly. So fill some hearts among the men with love towards them. O Allah, provide them with fruits so that they may give thanks. O Allah, certainly you know what we conceal and what we reveal. Nothing on the earth or in the heavens is hidden from Allah." Ismail's mother went on suckling Ismail and drinking water. When the water in the water skin had been used up, she became thirsty, and the child also became thirsty. She started looking at Ismail. Ismail was tossing his fingers in his mouth. He was crying for water. She left him, for she could not endure looking at him, and found that the mountain of Safa was the nearest mountain to her on that land. She too on it and started looking at the valley keenly so that she might see somebody, but she could not see anybody. Then she descended from the Safa. When she reached the valley, she tucked up her robe and ran into the valley like a person in a distress and trouble, till she crossed the valley and reached the mountain of Al-Marwa. There she stood and started looking, expecting to see somebody, but she could not see anybody. She repeated that running between Safa and Marwa 7 times. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "This is the source of tradition of rituals of Hajj and Umrah pilgrim, going between the Safa and Marwa 7 times. When she finally reached for the last time on Al-Marwa, she heard a voice and asked herself to be quiet and listen attentively. She heard a voice again and she asked, "Oh, whoever you may be, you have made me to hear your voice. Have you got something to help me?" And behold, she saw an angel at the place of ZAMZAM digging the earth with his heel till water flowed from that place. She started to making something like a basin around it to preserve the water using her hands. She started filling the water skin with the water with her hands. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "May Allah bestow mercy on Ismail's mother. Had she let the Zamzam flow without trying to control it, or had she scooped from the water to fill her water skin, Zamzam would have been a stream flowing on the surface of the earth. The angels said to her, "Don't be afraid of being neglected, for this is the house of Allah, which will be built by this boy Ismail and his father Ibrahim. And Allah never neglects his people." The house Kaaba at that time was the hillocks. May Allah bless all of us with his blessings and rahmat upon us.